The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has said that a notorious kidnap kingpin was killed and 2 abductors were arrested during an operation to rescue the 20 abducted medical students. Handing over the students to their vice-chancellors in Abuja, Egbetokun added that the arrested suspects are in custody. He also said, contrary to speculations, the students were rescued without paying any ransom. The university's authorities have also promised necessary support to help the students cope with the trauma and continue their studies.
Among those rescued were 20 medical students of the University of Jos and the University of Maiduguri who were cruelly taken abducted while in transit to Enugu on 15th August 2024. Other passengers, 5 of them, and 2 other victims who had previously fallen victim to these heinous criminals were also freed. The successful rescue of these 27 individuals was achieved without the payment of any ransom. This success was made possible through the support received from the Office of the NSA, the activation of security network, intelligence, synergy with other security agencies, community engagement, and deployment of our highly skilled and tactical officers, whose dedication, bravery, and precision in executing their duties are truly commendable.
As a university, we have already arranged and prepared that as soon as we hand over these students to us, we're going to camp them somewhere where we are going to provide, counseling, guidance and counseling before they are actually reintegrated back into the society. We may assume that, some of the trauma that because they are looking very, very physical and healthy, but we believe that they require a kind of guidance, particularly counseling, that will make them, overcome the trauma and the experience that they have had.
Let's quickly cross over to Makurdi in Benue State, where the kidnap incident took place to get updates against the backdrop of the release of the students. Joining us now is Arise correspondent Theophilus Tyav. Good morning, Theophilus.
Good morning, Ayo.
All right, Theophilus, I just talked about the fact that the kidnapped students are going to receive some form of rehabilitation as a result of the trauma faced. Do you have an update for us on that?
Well, the students are not here yet. As you may recall, they are from University of Jos and University of Maiduguri. Two of the adopted students are indigenous of Benue State. We spoke with one of the families of the now released students, and that was one of their major concerns. This particular student, Ondana Faga, was in 2022 attacked in Jos during a crisis. He was stabbed. So this is his second traumatic experience as a student. So their major concern was, will he now be able to continue his studies? And the university coming up to offer this is actually a welcome development. We hope they see through to ensure that these young aspiring medical doctors actually are able to return back to normalcy and continue their studies as soon as possible.
Well, the other concern is about, the performance of the police. The Inspector General of Police says this is an indication that teamwork works. Collaboration from the office of the NSA to all the other agencies. So these 27 persons have been rescued. A kingpin has been arrested. 2 others have also been demobilized by the Nigerian police. I would like your comment on the performance of the police. But beyond that, the Inspector General of Police was also talking about trauma management for the affected persons. Do you have any information as to whatever steps are being taken by the Nigeria police in this direction?
Okay, I'll take the first question first. Good morning, Doctor. The Commissioner of Police, Benue State Command, Yab Barnett, when the incident happened on Thursday at about 5:15 p.m., that was when it was reported that the students traveling to Enugu were abducted. He detached his own men here, deployed them to Otukpo Command for a rescue, immediate rescue if possible, or to stop the abductors, apprehend the abductors in motion. But looking at the resources that the command had, the Commissioner of Police made an appeal. He made a request to the IGP, which the IDP obliged to by deploying a tactical team. Now redeployed the Commissioner of Police from Makudi to Otukpo to actually coordinate and lead the police alongside other agencies, sister agencies, in ensuring that these adopted students were released. The IGP also deployed 2 helicopters of the police. The Nigerian Air Force Tactical Air Command, the command headquarters is here in Makodi, also assisted with drones where they were able to track the movement of these students while they were being carried. Because moving along with 20 persons, Otukpo, although they were adopted about 15 kilometers away from Otukpo, into a dense forest. But there's a little bit of livelihood at the point where they were adopted. So their movement initially was being tracked by the police, but by the time they moved into the forest, what the police, as of Monday, before their release, said their location was known, but the collateral damage was too much for the police to engage at that point. The NSA coming in at a later time, hopefully, because we don't know when exactly the NSA's office was involved, but it was reported at around Wednesday that the rescue mission had been taken over by the office of the NSA, with the police leading in the action. So whatever information we're seeking to get when the students were still in captivity, they said it was going to be a risk, but this was a few concerns that the police expressed. That was why they were not releasing information. Now to the issue of providing any psychological or any counseling services. For the Benue State Command, I've not heard anything. The PPRO, I spoke with her this morning, but she said the students, the ones from Benue State hasn't gotten here, although their parents are there in Abuja where they received them, but they haven't, the command on itself has no plans for that for now. Maybe the state government might come in because the office of the Bureau for Homeland Security also was involved in the operations.
Real quickly, please, can you tell me the circumstances around which the Kingpin was killed? And there's been this talk about, they said they didn't pay ransom. Can you authenticate that? How did they limit the collateral damage when they said the collateral damage was high as at Monday? So what did they do? Was it a tactical team deployed? Was it negotiation with the bandit? What happened?
The rescue, the students were actually rescued at the border between Benue State and Enugu State. I think the Kingpin was arrested when he went to collect the ransom because he must have been lured out of the forest. It's a very dense forest that stretches for kilometers. So they must have tricked him with something for him to come out. Because what the police command said, the initial rescue launch that the command carried out discovered that the bandits have found a safe haven within this forest, and they are actually occupying the parts of the forest which some of their camps were being destroyed as the mission was ongoing. So for the bandit being arrested, there are no details yet, but that's what we suspect that might have happened. And also, for ransom being paid, one of the parents this parent that spoke on behalf of all the parents when the children were released onto their care, said they had money. The bandits requested for 50 million. Dividing by 20 of the students, each parent was to bring out 2.5 million. So they had the money, even though the police was telling them to hold on, the mission was ongoing, and there was a result that was going to come out that would be positive. So they should just hold on. But being that their words were uncertain at the time of when this will happen, them they were ready to, if need be, to bring out the money and pay for the release of their children. So for the parents to come out and say, we didn't pay, we still have our money with us, we just have to take the police for its word that there was no ransom paid before the adopted students were released.
All right, Theophilus, thank you very much. We're actually going to be having a conversation to further this discussion, and hopefully we'll get some more clarity on some of these issues. Thank you very much for bringing us the on-ground report.